All right, right back at it. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a great pleasure having you guys here on this great, happy Sunday. This good Sunday. Well, shit. I don't know, but I'm feeling myself today. But anyway, I wanted to say, shit. First of all, welcome. If this is your first time here, I go by the name of Lee Sweet. And essentially, I am a spiritual healer. And as a spiritual healer, what I do pretty much is that I help you to become Christ-like, Krishna-like, Buddha-like, Muhammad-like, all the good, spiritual leaders like. And what that simply means, and what you see in those people, is that they have successfully attained their highest level of consciousness. And that's why you'll see they will tell you, you know what, you can do the things that I do, but most importantly, they are encouraging you to go beyond your physical self because they have mastered their, the highest state of consciousness. In other words, what that simply also means is that they have become more aware. Because to be conscious, you're becoming more aware of who you are. That's what technically in the world that you're living in, it's all about. And that's what I help you with as a spiritual healer. Now, the way that I help you to increase your consciousness, you have to do it, or the way that I help you to do it, is that I help you to become mentally and emotionally balanced. The reason why it's important for you to become mentally and emotionally balanced, because once you become centered or balanced, it automatically increases your consciousness. It helps you to see more. I mean, we all have witnessed when people are not emotionally balanced. Let's just say if you angered, or if you somehow triggered, or if you're in love. I mean, it's tomatoes, right? You don't really get to see things as they are. That's why they would tell you, you know what, you angry now, why don't you wait until you come down? You probably would do something that you would regret, and that simply means at the time you don't see it that way. What you see is what you see. So that goes to show you too, your emotions plays a big part in how you're seeing things around you. In other words, it plays a big part in your awareness. And the same thing happens, if you're not mentally balanced. So some of the common thing that most of us are used to, because we know being emotionally unbalanced, or people would say too emotional, same shit. You don't get to see things, or you don't do things as you should, or you're not making the best decision per se. So people would tell you know what? It's best for you to suppress your emotions. Just cut the shit out so you can see things better. Well, I'm here to let you know, buddy. It's the same bullshit. It's the same thing. Because you become as blinded as someone who is emotionally unbalanced when you completely remove your emotions. And when you choose to be just mental, or let's just say strictly logical, without adding a little bit of emotion to it, then you become very rigid. You can't see what's in front of you, just like the person who was emotionally unbalanced couldn't see everything that was in front of them. Because when you add a little bit of emotions into your sight, it helps you to relate to other people. In fact, we are all connected through our divinity. And when we're talking about our divinity, we're talking about those divine qualities in us, those emotional aspects of us. And a good example of that, there was a prostitute that was brought to Jesus. Or if you see the movie Sinners, there was a part where, I guess Smoke, he called his brother Stack and the spiritual lady, he said, what's going on here? You guys are giving out our fucking alcohol here, man. Are we just giving shit away? And then, Stock turned around and tell him, listen, man. And I think the lady told him, yo, this is not Chicago, baby. He was being logical because this is how things are done in Chicago. But logical, it doesn't have to be Chicago. Like, business is business. But you need to add a little bit of emotions to help you to understand, you know what? What is the market that you in? And that's when the lady told them, hey, those people, they had to walk 4 or 5 miles, man, just to come here. What kind of money do you think they have to give you? What type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, he was trying to tell them to be realistic, but yet he was being logical. The same thing that happens with the Jesus example. When they brought out the prostitute, this is what it says, this is what it says. None of these motherfuckers could not relate to the lady because they're all being logical, because logic does that to you. It makes you rigid. If you see the movie Judge Dredd, that's the idea. You become like Judge Dredd. It's logical. How come you didn't see it? Fuck you and all that. It's your fault. But when you add a little bit of emotions, and then that's when Jesus tell them, well, whichever one of you motherfuckers, without sin, you throw the first stone. And I know for me, even as a kid, I was fascinated by that fucking answer. And when I heard it the first time, I knew it added a little more understanding and vision to my sight. So for you to attain that highest level of consciousness, you cannot suppress either. I mean, that's why it's important for your logic or for the mental and your emotions to become together. This is why. So now, let's go on to the next point. Now, what do I mean by, being emotionally balanced? Okay, well, emotionally balanced, let me just say what it's not. Because I notice a lot of people, when they maintain their calm, or they somehow remain poised, somehow, they're trying to let you know, especially debaters, they know how to do that shit. Why are you yelling, man? You must be losing. Look at me. I'm poised. It's bullshit. Let me say it again. This is bullshit. That has nothing to do with either you know better or you don't know better. This is just another behavioral, bullshit, psych-lie type of shit. This is you leading people astray. In fact, like I always tell people, man, be careful for the motherfucker who do not use profanity. I'm not saying you have to use profanity. No, that's not what I'm saying. But to some level, somehow, who look too perfect for certain things. But so far, I will tell you this much. The people that I trust, the people that I know, are the people who have really grown in life. Like I always tell people, if you can't tell me how stupid you used to be, there's no way, us living in life here, never been stupid, bro. And if you have a friend who never made a mistake or hasn't been, nigga, trust me, run. But anyway. So to be emotionally balanced, it's not to act a certain way. I guess that's truly what I'm saying. To be emotionally balanced, what that truly means, it's you understanding your own feelings. You being in touch with your own feelings. Now I know for me, I choose my battles. I may choose not to respond to a motherfucker. It's not worth it. But I may choose to respond to make a statement. Not just to respond as a response to you, yes, but also making a statement, me expressing myself. And I can, and there's been moments, and I could emotionally balance and tell you, go fuck yourself. Without me being triggered, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So being emotionally balanced truly comes down to you understanding your feelings, you being in tune with your feelings, and then at any given point, if there's any type of blockages, then you're aware of it, and then now you have the ability to change your, or to transmute whatever that pain is or that emotional blockages is. That's what being emotionally balanced is. Now, when it comes to being mentally balanced, this is pretty much the same baseline understanding. What we're talking about here, it's you understanding your mind, how your mind works, how your mind is being shaped, and the relationship that you're having with the things that you come across. In other words, for you to become mentally balanced, to be mentally free, you cannot be under mind control. And what mind control is, it's not conspiracy theories. It's not no conspiracy bullshit. What that is a lot of you guys, you've been trained to think a certain way. They tell you what to think, not how to think. This is two different things. When they tell you how to think, you're just repeating things without understanding what you're repeating. And I guess not to go there, but to go there. When you see people telling you about this is the ultimate book, this is people repeating shit. If you're learning how to think, man, the word of God is everywhere. God is everywhere. Religion is man-made. Oh, how do you know? Well, look at all the different names, the different denominations. What makes it man-made? Because it derives from their understanding of what the Bible says. And then now you have those different denominations. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So all of that is under mind control. But overall, they all telling you this is the ultimate book. As if you don't know this book. I mean, you never been alive. Whereas the book is supposed to serve you. But anyway, this is where I didn't want to go there. But the point that I was trying to, or even school, the society that we're living in, they're training you how to think. Not how to think. They're training you to think a certain way. Your culture plays a big part on how you do things. A lot of us, you don't even question your culture because you were naturally raised in it. That's what everybody else do. Well, that's what you do too. You cannot be mentally balanced if you're just doing what was already established for you. Because at this point, there's no balance at all. You're just following guidelines. So you would have to learn, let's just say in my case, being a Haitian boy, I would have to be, I learned how to be Haitian because that's where I was, I was told that's where I was born. But not Haitian at the same time because my mentality, my understanding goes beyond that. Why would I put myself in a fucking box? Look at the world. That's like, that would be like me saying, let's just say I would only eat Haitian food. Why the fuck would I want to do that? And in fact, I love fucking Mediterranean food, nigga. And I fuck with my Haitian food too. Don't get it fucked up. This is not I prefer this over that. I'm just saying, like, I love a lot of shit. I can't put myself in a box. I'm too big for that. You know what I'm saying? But not just that, life also. But anyway, not to, go too far off, about making a point. It's important. That's why it's important for you to understand your culture. Like in America, where we live here, our definition of marriage is a cultural thing. Like we define a successful relationship with marriage. It's almost like, okay, you guys got married. Oh, okay, you guys are good. That's a good relationship. Oh, you wasting your time. Did you guys get married? Oh, he didn't marry you? Girl, boy, you wasted your time. That's the culture. But in reality, if you want to be honest, marriage got nothing to do with none of that shit. In fact, this is why when you get married, this is a contract. Do you see what I'm trying to tell you? But the culture says otherwise. But for you to be fully or mentally balanced, you have to acknowledge these things. Anyway, so, this is why it's important for you to become mentally and emotionally balanced. And that's what I mean by being mentally and emotionally balanced. Now, if you're coming back, my niggas, you already know. You know what we do here on this good Sunday, man. We having our supper. We're breaking bread. We're doing God's work. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the ultimate reward for me. You know what I'm saying? Apply that shit in your life. You ain't got to tell me shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you apply it in your life. If it fits, and then we good, man. We're good. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to you, motherfucker. But anyway, welcome back. Now, as part of my routine, guys, I always take the time to talk about spirituality a little bit. Only because spirituality as a spiritual healer is the foundation of everything that I'm going to be talking about here. In other words, it's another way for me to be transparent to you. You know, by telling you this is where my wisdom is coming from. So when we're talking about spirituality, you hear the word spirit in it. So it's pretty much telling you about you, your state of being, your state of whatever the fuck, yeah, like who you are. And in spirituality, you will see, regardless of when civilization started, or regardless of what part of the world that you lived in, people for century has always been talking about spirit. People for century has always been talking about life, or God, I meant to say. So God has always played a big part in our life. And what we mean by God when we talk about spirituality or even spirit is that divinity in you. That's what helps us to balance ourselves. That's what makes us, it makes us big. That's what makes us, what's the word that I'm looking for here? Not necessarily making you big. That's what makes us better. We become better by grasping the spirit in us. And this is why I'm going to be talking about bearing the fruit of the spirit. You know, you can only do that when you grasp or when you embrace or embody the spirit in you. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. I'm just a little bit excited, that's all. That's all, that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, but I'm going back to what I was saying again. Spirituality is simply your life. What we're doing in spirituality is we're giving you a deeper understanding of this very life and who you are, or this very life that you're living in. The Indian called this world Maya. And what Maya simply means is that it is an illusion. Now, if you're saying to yourself, what do I mean by being illusion? What do I mean by illusion? This world being an illusion, illusion means it's not what it seems. There is more to what you see. When you go see a magic show, that is an illusion. When they cut that person in half, that's an illusion. Because there's no people or there's no person that was actually cut in half and that was put back together. That never took place. That's what an illusion is. For instance, when you're looking at me, for me to get to know you, that's why we're telling people, man, do not fall for the fucking physical. Meaning, what this is telling you is, get to know somebody's character. They will tell you who they are. Being beautiful is not just what you look like. It's who you are as a human being. It's that divine beauty that is being radiating from you. Is to see and understand and see people past what they look like. And I'm going to be delving more into that because we're going to be talking about, we're going to talk about some shit. I'm feeling great. and for the record, I always feel great. I don't know. I'm feeling a little extra today. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being a little bit extra today. Just being a little bit extra. So, And also, here's something else too. And also, you know, because just like a beautiful woman, a beautiful woman, you have to go beyond that. That's why they tell you, man, hey man, a beautiful woman doesn't mean she had the skills to be a great mother. I guess it all depends on what you're looking for. But the bottom line, regardless of what you're looking for, this world being an illusion, and me saying this, is that there is more to what it looks like. You know, this is why we're learning what is called the spiritual laws in life. What that is, for instance, if you're looking for love, well, love yourself first. Because there's no way, if you're going to look for love and you keep not finding the right person, the problem is always going to be you. And the reason being is you have to love yourself first. Because loving yourself first would allow you to see you and know the things that you want, what you're truly about. And by you seeing that now, it gives you a better understanding when you're looking at somebody else. This is why, it's important for you, by the way, to learn about the spiritual laws as we're moving in this, let's just say, illusion, or this illusional world. We need the spiritual laws to guide us, to give us the sight. So technically you'll be that blind man who's reading the scriptures, like I like to describe it. But most importantly, you can also see it too as a blind man that's being guided, by like this dog, and the dog being, those spiritual laws. And that's what we are all doing in life. That's why you have your eyes, you have all of these things, but yet, you may not have fully seen certain things or not fully understand certain things. But yet, you do have your physical eyes, you can see certain things. You're not physically blind, for lack of better terms. And that again goes to show you that in one of my recordings, I talked about going beyond your physical senses. So again, going back to this, that's because you are more than just your physical senses. Because if it didn't require intelligence or those spiritual laws, or it's for you to be emotionally balanced and mentally balanced for you to fully see things, so therefore, this world would have been exactly what it is. But it's not. And for me to get to know you and for you to get to know me, you have to go beyond what I look like. So again, when you're looking at spirituality, what this is truly doing is giving you a deeper understanding of this life. And here's something else too. In spirituality, we say, you act like your God. Regardless of what religion that you are part of. Christians do things in according to what the Bible says. If you Islam, you're following Muhammad, you will do things in accordance to, and so eventually you will act or be the reflection of your God. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why a big misunderstanding of spirituality is that people sometimes, they tend to look at it and say, okay, this is it's religion. No, it's not. It goes beyond. It embodies religion. It's more than just religion. I mean, religion is only part of it. It's a small part of it. In fact, just like I just tell you about, you being a reflection of your God, you know what I'm saying? And it's not a spirit. It's not denying God, but it's allowing you to see the God in you, that divinity in you. Now, on the flip side of spirituality, you have something called the occult. Now, the occult is what I call the sacred text. This is where, the Kabbalion comes in. This is where Kabbalah comes in. This is where the Gnostics comes in. This is where the Sufis comes in. This is where, what am I missing here? Any type of sacred knowledge or esoteric knowledge comes in. That's what that shit is. What that is the type of knowledge that is dealing with your dark side. Meaning with the side that you do not see. It's not dark from a Christian perspective or being evil. No. This is dark in terms of what you don't see. This is why in the occult we say, out of the darkness, out of your ignorance, or out of what you don't know, comes the light. You got to go into what you don't know for you to find the light. And some of the basic shit that the occult will tell you, if this is your first time studying the occult, or if you learning about, or a book that would claim to give you some basic understanding about the occult, some of the basic shit they will teach you is that you have a subconscious mind. Can you see it? No. Are you aware of it? No. But by you becoming conscious of it, then you're gonna become more aware of it. This is in the darkness. It's dormant. By you acknowledging it, you bringing it into surface. You bringing it into light. In other words, you're making it physical. And that's the idea, without going too much into it, of your statue. Those are tools. But anyway, I'm not going to waste too much time on that. I have tons of videos where I talk about that. You know, you could definitely check it out. Now, let's get back to the conversation at hand, baby. Now, we're talking about, what the fuck? Yeah. So, the esoteric knowledge. And also, that type of knowledge is not meant for you to take it literally. You know, I'm trying to think, like, that's why when we talk about metaphysics, for instance, you know, it's the science that's letting you know you reap what you sow, right? We always do that, and we say that in life. But that same thing, when you look at nature, that's what's taking place in nature. You're not going to plant, let's just say, mango, and then somehow you're going to get fucking pineapple. You do good, you get good. You do bad, well, that's what you're going to see. Do you see what I'm saying? So in so many words, when you're dealing with that esoteric knowledge or the metaphysics, it's not to be taken literal. It goes beyond the physical shit. And that's what the occult is, man. It's not, you know, spooky, none of that shit. But anyway, now that you have that understanding, let's get into what we came here to talk about. What's up, buddy? I got a little buddy here, he's staring at me. What's up, man? What's going on, King? Everything good? All right, man. Leave me alone, man. Go. But anyway, that's a squirrel, man. He's like, yo, what's up? We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. So now, oh man, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Let's delve right into it, guys. Let's delve right into it. So, man, where do I start? Where do I freaking start? Okay, so, man, you never hear people. Oh man, should I even start there? I don't know. Okay, so let's just say, when we're talking about bearing the fruit of the Spirit, and again, when we talk about the divine in us, it's the greatest version of us. The reason why we need God in our lives is for those very reasons. Like, I'll give you a perfect example, right? Like I tell people, like I was telling you guys when I was using that beautiful lady example, right? If you're a beautiful girl, right, I don't fall for that shit. The reason why I don't fall for it, it's not because I'm a strong man. Like, my dick may even get hard seeing it, but I'm not gonna fall for it. You know what I'm saying? I explore all of my senses. I look at the fat ass. Oh, girl. Oh, I would. Yes, I would. But I'm gonna let you go. That's because I'm not living a lustful life, and I'm gonna break all of that shit down. Because when we talk about embracing your divinity, your spirituality, the God in you, or even looking at things from beyond the physical shit, and this is what also it means by knowing the truth will set you free of material bondage. You know, this is when now, you know, you're not struggling in sin. A lot of people that you see that when they say, I'm struggling in sin, you know, meaning, you know, you see that fat ass, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Yes, you did get hard, and then you say, oh God, I fell short. You only fell short because, again, because of you. Because you haven't fully embraced the divinity. Now, the divinity is not about, you know, denying your dick being hard. But what it does for you that makes you stronger is that it gives you a greater understanding. This is why men need God and God needs men. Because you elevate, actually, your elevation is going to be done through God. And that elevation simply means now you're not being lustful because now you have the spirit in you. You are being guided by looking at, let's just say, I'm not being led by looking at a woman just by her appearance. That doesn't mean I'm taking away her physical beauty. What it means is you have to give me more than just your physical beauty. And when you do that, and when you live in your life based on that kind of truth, you cannot fall for lust, man. And again, the spiritual path is not about, it's not about me saying, I'm perfect. In fact, there's no such thing, I can say that I'm perfect, but my perfection does not come from being flawless. And this is also a misunderstanding that we all have, because we tend to define perfection by flawless. And when people do that, I always tell them, you're living in your mind, because there's no reality around you where, like, you get better by falling. So the whole idea, even to look at yourself as being somehow bad because you have flaws, it's a misunderstanding of who you are, or even the world that you're living in, or even how we all get better. The prince that you see on stage playing the guitar, doing all this fancy shit, or my man Jimi Hendrix doing all that shit, you don't know how these motherfuckers started. You don't know the amount of time they had to put in when they were trying to play a chord when it couldn't come out perfectly. But guess what they did? They kept building on that, and that's how you get better. So this is why, even to look at yourself from that perspective, it's even wrong to begin with. That's why you living in your mind is. There's no reality around it that shows it. A better actor, like every actor, like you guys are all talking about Denzel, the man. Yeah, so he didn't start that way. The Denzel you seeing now, all that shit, didn't start like that. Maybe in school, he developed it, he got better. That's what the shit is. This is why do we fall? We fall so we know how to get up. So to look at yourself and to say that you're not perfect from that perspective, it's I don't even know what the fuck you're looking at. There's no reality that shows that. But now when Jesus is telling you to be as perfect at God as your Father in heaven is, now that perfection is what I'm talking about here. This perfection here is is telling you, it's you being complete. It's you understanding life is not all about dick and pussy. You have your dick and your pussy, and then you also feed your mind. That's perfection. This is you mastering your masculinity and your femininity in you. This is you acknowledging your physical aspect and also the divinity in you. It's you embracing the physical and the non-physical aspect of you. In fact, for you to master yourself is to master the non-physical aspect of you. Then now you have power over your physical. That's how it works. One determines the other, but the other does not determine the one. A strong mind is a strong body, but a strong body doesn't mean you have a strong mind. So again, this is why I always tell people too, even when we're talking about spirituality, this is not a fucking, and because we were trained, and again, and I felt to mention that before, when I talk about spirituality, the misunderstanding of what we call spirituality. Do you see what I'm saying? For the most part, most people will look at a monk and go like, okay, that's what spirituality is. You would exclude yourself because, and you do that because you were trained to look at yourself only from a physical perspective. And that's what I call ignorance, because it is ignorance, because everybody has both physical side of you and a divinity side of you. That goes for everybody. Now you become spiritual now when you acknowledge that spirit within you. Then now you understand that you are more than just dick and pussy. Just like you feed your body, you need time to meditate. Just like you eat the good food, guess what? Take the time to read a book. Develop your spirituality, develop your mind. Open up your third eye. Just like you work on your body, you do other things for your spiritual side or your spiritual self. That's truly what it means. That's truly what it comes down to. That's what we all got to do. And that's what Jesus is telling you again. So therefore, when we're talking about spirituality, guess what it is? It's a practical shit. This is how you become sane in this insanity, in this mental institution. That's how you remain sane, through your divinity. You don't follow the road most traveled. Why should you, when you are an individual yourself? Everybody's road should be the less traveled, because just like they say, if you walk in a path and there's a pathway in front of you, it's not your path, man. It's not your path, because your path, there's no trailblazer ahead of you, man. That's something you have to create by yourself. I mean, yes, you may be inspired by others because our identity intertwined. Meaning, through my shine, through my brightness, you're able to see yourself. And that's why I always honor the ones that come before me. When I see a guy like Muhammad Ali, that was a perfect depiction for me. Meaning, it was just a regular guy who knew who he was, who stood for himself. He was the type of guy who fought his own fight. You know, he stood up for himself. He was not trying to tell you, hey man, I'm a leader, follow me. Do none of that shit. He changed his name to Muhammad Ali because this is not his last name. He's not gonna be somebody else's fucking bitch, somebody else's name. He's not going against white people. In fact, he goes to a lot of white people's show. He was a motherfucking, like, this is my idol for me. That's my shit. I'm gonna be myself. Not, you know what I'm saying, not no black power shit. I'm not nor for nor against. But I'm for me. I speak the truth. I stand behind the truth. You know, just like you have, you know, white people that are assholes. Then you have other ones that are not about that type of bullshit. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I stand for me. So through his light, I was able to see myself. You know, and this is what you call your superheroes, not necessarily, and that's what you have to understand. Your superhero doesn't mean you have to follow that guy. It means it helps you to see the brightness in you. That's what Muhammad Ali did for me. That's why that's my nigga. You know what I'm saying, champ? What's going on? I did something great for this fight. Something strange for this fight. That's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't try to sound like him. You know what I'm saying? He talk his shit. Obviously, I talk my shit. And his brightness, his shyness, I was able to see myself. Just like they tell you, the sunshine, the moonshine is a reflection of the sunshine. Oh, man, I'm giving you, listen, man. Hey, listen, man, I'm giving, hey, this is, yeah, this is my 10%, baby. Shit, I'm giving you 1,000%, nigga. Trust and believe. Do you see what I'm saying? So then again, going back to the conversation at hand, man, You know, you need to develop that divinity in you. Your sanity, that's where it's going to come from. Do you see what I'm saying? Like when you learn to see a woman past his body, then now you can see the queen in her. But my nigga, there's no way you're going to look at just the physical body and be like, she's a queen. If that's what you're defining as a queen, nigga, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like for me, like I tell people, man, I say queen, I say bitch too. Because there are queens that are queens and there are bitches that are bitches. I'm not going to label everybody the same thing because not everybody's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You know how the saying that people tells me, I mean, you show me who you are, I tell you who you are, man. You know what I'm saying? Tell me who you are. If you a king, well, show it. But you're not going to be a king because you show up and dress up a certain way. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But it takes more than that, though. This is why, for me, like, I really don't give a fuck, too, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, I use profanity. I say nigga. I don't say, like, I'm just I suck my own dick. And I shown you advice that you do the same. You know what I'm saying? And yes, and no, that doesn't mean you don't need nobody. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, yo, listen, if you're gonna add, it's either you add to my peace, or you know, what I'm saying, or peace out, man. That's what we're saying. That's all we're saying, man. You gotta stand on that good foot, man. And spirituality, your spirit is that good foot. The divine in you is that good foot. That's what you need to stand for. That solid foundation. You know, when you build or choose a woman based on what she looks like, and I'm using that to show you, again, this is reflecting who we truly are. This is not bashing on no women, not to say women is the devil. Please, ladies, that's not what I'm saying. But this is a perfect example. And also, when if you see the Matrix, the lady in the red dress, that's what she represented. That illusion. That's why you'll see women is represented as an illusion. That's not because they are. That's not their fault. I'm not saying all women are illusion. No. It's the same thing for men too. Do you see what I'm saying? But it's a good example, you know, just because we normally, when you see a good woman or a beautiful woman, nigga, I'm a nigga, man. Like, you go, you know what I'm saying? I can't really do it right now. But, you know what I'm saying? You're like, ah, man. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me twice. Baby, kiss me on both cheeks. If she can't kiss me on the lips, baby, kiss me over here. Give me a French kiss. That's what I tell him when I see him. Oh, girl, that's how good you look, baby. You know what I'm saying? But that's how, as far as this shit's gonna go. You know, you take shit for what it is, not for more, no less, man. I need my change back, bitch. You know, I want my change back. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You ain't gonna fool me. Do you see what I'm saying? So then again, now with your divinity now, you making better choices. That's what bearing the fruit of the Spirit is all about. If you're looking at a woman past her physical self, then now you really get to see if either she a hoe or she a queen. That's how you truly get to fucking determine who she is. But most importantly, also help you to make the better choice too. This is why having God in your life, you know what I'm saying, it's making you a better version of yourself. When you have God in your life, money cannot be everything, bro. I don't worship idols. Does that mean I'm not going to have a nice car? Does it mean I'm not going to have a beautiful house? No, that's not what it means. It means that I don't define myself. I don't identify myself with that. Meaning, for you to be my friend, you don't have to have this, or because you don't have that kind of bullshit. Or I'm not living my life. And in so many words, this is the world that we're living now. You know, when you see niggas posting their vacation, I mean, I'm not shitting on that. I mean, it's okay to share your shit. You know, it's part of you exploring yourself, living your life. But for the most part, a lot of people do it to show you that, you know, it's a form of validation. It's a form of, you know what I'm saying, I went on vacation, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm vacationing, like, oh my God, did you not go on vacation? Oh, sorry to hear that. No, bitch, there's nothing to be sorry about. Now, enjoy your vacation, motherfucker. Do you see what I'm saying? You know, we're living in a world that even people are posting the whole aspect of being influencers. That's what you see. If you see this nigga went viral, Ashton Hall, whatever the fuck, he's showing you the house that he's living in, that is probably not even his own house, but that's what a lot of people are doing. You know what I'm saying? To show you that I'm doing better than who I am. And for me to show you that I'm doing better now, let me show you that I have a beautiful house. Let me take pictures in front of this beautiful home. Or let me show you how I'm living. This is what we're living in. You guys are worshiping idols. There's no divinity in you, man. I mean, it is in you, but you know what I mean. You buried it. You haven't found your true treasure yet. And going back to what I was talking about in terms of understanding the society that you're living in, you know, for you to be mentally balanced. You know what I'm saying? Or, I mean, a lot of people are living for the Joneses. If you're doing that, my friend, what are you doing? You know? Like, people don't even go to school. Like, if somebody tell you they go to school, like, it's not nigga. We all know why we go to school. At least for me, I could definitely tell you when I went, I knew why I went to school, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no shame in my game. But, you know, and this is what I'm trying to tell you guys too. You know, this is not me. I mean, me, I hope it's not being translated like I'm somehow shaming you for keeping up with the Joneses. That's not what I'm saying. This is for you to be aware of what's taking place. You know, we all had to start somewhere. Like I told you, if I can't tell you how stupid I used to be, man, listen, it's either you're still stupid or, I mean, there's no growth. And this is what you see with all of our ancestors. We all fell into the bullshit. I once fell for the okie doke, but there was something in me. I had this urge. I tell me, this cannot be it. There has to be something more. And I followed that. You know, people don't even go to school just to learn, man. I know for me, when I went to school, what was the most thing that was making money? Okay, I don't really like that. Let me try something else. Do you see what I'm saying? And most people go to school like the urge, the necessity just to learn, to develop as a person. And ironically, the funny thing, the idea of you going to school to make more money, what this is telling you is with more knowledge, not school per se, with more knowledge, you'll make more money because you'll be able to serve more. That's the idea. And that is the one thing that will forever be true. Whereas going to school in itself will always fall short. Because the truth is, the more you know, the better knowledgeable you become. And you'll see anybody, you know what I'm saying, a marketer or the rappers, you can see that with the rappers. They're not dumb niggas, man. You think Jay-Z's a dumb motherfucker? Think again, think again. Do you see what I'm saying? And again, that goes to show you too, this is why knowledge has to become wisdom. You cannot fake this funk, man. The only way to do is to be. I mean, sounding smart doesn't mean you're smart. In fact, it's very stupid to sound smart when you're not. I mean, it's not even smart at all. Or do you want to sound smart and not to be smart? I mean, you so fake. People are so fake. You're not true to even yourself. This is why if you fake to you, you can never be true to nobody else, man. How are you going to be false to yourself and be true to nobody else? It doesn't work that way. And those are some of the principles that you need to know. You have to know these things. You know, this is the well reasoning. This is the gem, the stones you need to collect. Those are the philosopher's stones you got to go by. Like, one of my thing is, to the pure, all is pure. And if I'm true to me, I can never be false to you. And if I'm false to myself, you'll never be true to nobody, man. See, again, the illusion, and this is where you also have to realize you are the way. That's what makes you the way. That's what Jesus meant by telling you, I am the way. You are the way. So the only way for you to maintain your sanity, you have to embrace the divinity in you. To have quality, you have to be of quality. That's why to do is to be. If you don't think money's everything, you're not gonna do everything for money. The people that do anything for money, those are the people that knows money's everything. They idol worshipers. Those are the people who will kill for money. Why the fuck would I do that when I know money's not everything? Do you see what I'm saying? It's you know, one, there's a lustful life. You live in by your flesh. And not necessarily means, you know, sex and shit, but living a lustful life is anything physical that you're going by. Like a lot of you motherfuckers out there. The society that you're living in. You know what I'm saying? Even niggas are not even working out just to work out, bro. Come on, man. You know it. You know you want to look good, bitch. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, nigga. I started working on my packs too, bitch. You know? I'm saying that to say, like, for me, even for myself, I had to redefine a lot of things. When I tell you a strong mind is a strong body, like certain things, like I come to understand them now. Do you see what I'm saying? And if you're looking at any picture of the gods, or any god or any type of deities that they're showing you, they always show you how, you know, muscular they are. That's what I'm becoming, because I understand the stronger my mind is, I'm making my body a reflection of that. See, when you see me showing my little, you know what I'm saying, my little pack shit, you know what I'm saying, or even maintaining my body, nigga, you know what I'm saying, this is not for aesthetic reasons. This is me being on some God shit, nigga. So you understand. Anyway, I just wanted clarification. I had to clarify a couple things for you motherfuckers real quick. You know what I'm saying? I had to clarify things. You know what I'm saying? Here we are doing the same thing, but we're doing it for different reasons. Do you see what I'm saying? This is me driving a beautiful car, and then you driving a beautiful car. We're both driving beautiful cars, but we have two different reasons for doing it, bro. We have two different reasons for doing it. You know, I'm driving this car because of the car, and you driving the car because of you. Meaning, when I say because of you, because that's what makes you feel, or that's what gives you credentials. And for me, I already know who I am. Now, I like this feature. I like how this car drives. I'm driving this. Those are two different mentalities. To the pure, all is pure. And this is to be of the spirit. That's what this shit is. Like I tell niggas, man, to be of quality, you have to become quality. When I always tell people, man, buy arts, man. You don't have to buy $50 million art. You don't have to invest. You know what I'm saying? Like the elites or people that got money do. That's beautiful. But for you, if you don't have, like, I don't have that kind of money yet. You know what I'm saying? Shit, nigga, I buy arts. $30, $50. I go to Marshall now, nigga. You know, the ones that have some beautiful sayings, I hang them around my motherfucking walls, like around my house. Like, yes. Because when you buy beauty, you developing beauty around you. You have to understand this. There's a reason why people always say that shit. Do you know why? Like when they tell you about the ghetto, right? Like certain areas you go to, there's no fucking liquor store. There's no people lingering around. Like there's none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see a rich neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like with, not to downplay in it, but I'm just saying it for lack of better terms. Okay, that's what I'm saying like this. You're not gonna see no fucking graffiti and shit. Do you see what I'm saying? Where there's destruction, beauty is not. It's not a thing. Property, cleanliness is not a thing. So when you, the closer to God, I mean, I think that what is, how the fuck does that shit go? I don't even recall. But anyway, the bottom line is this. What, like they're saying, cleanliness is the closest thing to God or some shit like that, right? I'm trying to get you to see the reflection on how divinity is a practical thing in your life. That's another way of showing you that divinity is a practical thing in your life. That's why to talk about Jesus and not living a Jesus life means nothing. Means absolutely nothing. It becomes behavior based at that point. Do you see what I'm saying? A lot of people go to church, well, I mean, because you're a good person. That's what that shit becomes. Now, you want to be good? Go to church. Or at least act like you're going to church. And that's why people was like, you would go to church, like niggas be saying, you was at the club last night, and then the next day, hey, you a good person? You know, to me, I say, why not? I mean, those are all like social events anyway. Why not, maintaining it? You know, man? It's all social living. I'm not even criticizing that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just showing you the different levels in it, depending on how you're looking at it. But ultimately, you know what I'm saying? Like people who are struggling in sin, if you're struggling in sin, that's because you live in a sinful life. That's because you don't know God. You live in a lustful life. You haven't adopted, you're not bearing the fruit of the Spirit. When you do, you don't have, you will not be tempted by a bitch that got a fat ass, bro. You'll see it. Shit, nigga, you're not that blind. Do you see what I'm saying? But if you're going to tell me you fall short, I don't know. And again, I'm not claiming to be Superman here neither. But what I am saying, this is where too, through your divine, you become Superman too. That's why I can understand when somebody tell me without God I'm nothing. I understand what you're saying. But now I would just add to it. But since I have God now, would you still say that you're nothing? You tell me. If without God you're nothing, then if you have God, then what are you saying about you? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm not going to keep you guys so long. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. In fact, you know what I'm saying, I got this little thing that I'm going to go to. But I just wanted to break some bread with you guys on this good Sunday, you know, to tell you to bear the fruit of the Spirit and what this is all about. You know, even to have integrity. Well, integrity is a divine thing. It's of quality. To treat others as you would want to be treated, and that is simply saying with respect, but you truly got to treat everybody the way they deserve to be treated. You know, it's all good. It's all good. But I'm saying all of that is to say, for you to do any of that, it's a divine in you. It's that quality part in you. And once you adopt more of that, and that those are the fruit that you'll be bearing. Those are the results. Those are the choices that you'll be making. And this is how you stay sane in this fucking insanity. And I'm gonna leave you guys here. I sent Brow Mali.